All right, today I am here at Shady Rest Park. I am in White Heath, Illinois, I think. I'm not sure how long this trail is. I think it's just a kind of an out and back trail, but we're going to check it out. I'm right here at a fork. I'll show it to you in a second. So here to the left it says River Trail, but it also looks like there's a trail heading off that way. I think we'll check out the River Trail first and see if they join up down down the way. Looks like I am entering a floodplain. There's a little trail off here behind me. I'm not sure if that's just a game trail or part of the river trail. There isn't a lot of marking here, so we're going to head out here to the south and just check it out. I don't know how well it picks up, but there's a bridge over here. Looks like an old railroad bridge, maybe. This is the Sangamon River. Looks like we will end up here at the bridge. I can't say that this bench has been used in a long time. It looks kind of sketchy. It does seem in there pretty solid, but I don't know how well it shows. It is looking to pitch somebody into the river. There are some stairs down here to another bench, but again, I wouldn't trust that bench. All right, I think I can actually see my Jeep down there through the woods. So if we had taken the left fork or the right fork instead of the left, we would have ended up here. We just got the scenic view. There's an old power pole there. This looks like an old railroad bed or road. I believe this is part of the Heartland Trail. I don't know how far that extends. I will check that out when I get back. Looks like there are some missing ties here. And while I could cross safely, I'm sure, I'm not going to. It does look like it is a little travel up there maybe, but I'm not going to head out that way. There is a road there. I've seen cars pass. I think this is an old railroad. So the trail is closed behind me. Actually, I think it might be closed here, but I believe this is an old railroad bed. I don't know if they're planning on reopening it Again, it says it's part of the Heartland Trail on the map, but I don't see any information on the Heartland Trail. There are some really old railroad ties here, and I think I showed, or in the previous clip, I showed an old piece of equipment, but there's not much back here. So I think little parks like these are really pretty cool. Unfortunately, once they're set up, maintenance seems to be lacking. It's kind of like, well, we got this idea, we got the money to get it started, and now that we have it, we're gonna kind of forget about it. And that's just kind of the feeling I get from this park. So the trail kind of comes here, and then kind of looks like it disappears, although I see a little bit of a trace right here. So we're gonna head down. There's some signs off here to the left. We'll see if we're actually on the trail or just bushwhacking. No, we're not crossing this. Trail does go a little off here to the left, but it seems to be kind of petering out, and I'm not going to go very far down here. I think this just goes down to the water. It looks like it may cross up here. Again, I get the feeling this is more of a game trail and not an actual footpath for people. So I'm going to turn around. All right, I'm going to head back up out of the floodplain here. I think where the bridge was, the trail does continue further to the south. So we're going to check that out. I'm coming up just a little bit of a different way than I went down, and yeah, this isn't a trail. I'm kind of off in the weeds now. I'm going to work my way back to the trail, and then we'll see where we go from there. I don't know how well it shows up. There's an old fence here, and down right when I went down here, there's a bundle of fence right there. All right, we're back to what's called the Heartland Trail. Looks like it's maintained somewhat down there. There's some trees cut. So we're gonna head down there in a minute. Here's this old piece of equipment, I'm guessing to help lay ties. I have no idea. I'm guessing at that. I'm guessing these ties have been out here for probably decades. There's an old propane tank sitting in the woods. And we're on dirt here, but it looks like the road bed is raised up again right here with more ties. This trail is definitely not ADA accessible. Well, somebody's been out here recently. Here's a new footbridge. And here's another old one. So I'm not sure where this loops off to, but I think we're going to head back. This is kind of where I turned around. I'm headed back towards the area I turned around, but there was no real marker when I got to the end of the trail there. So let's go back this way. Okay, well, this is right where I turned around. That old fence is right there, kind of under that tree. I can kind of see it there. The trail goes off this way, and now that I'm looking, I see it. It just isn't marked in any way that this is the way it goes. All right, we're back to the old rail bed, it looks like. It is nice to see that there's some maintenance going on here. When we come back, we'll head off that way, but right now I'm going to continue down the old rail bed. All right, looks like we're crossing the river again. We're going to step around here. This is about as far as I'm going to go. The trail does carry on beyond there, but we're not going to head down there. This bridge is in pretty bad shape, so we'll come back here. Let's see if I can get some footage of what it looks like from down lower. There's a rusted barbed wire fence about 10 inches in front of me. I'm not going to proceed any further. This is the old bridge. Beautiful. Headed back. I guess I didn't realize that the track curved, or the trail curved here. When I first saw this, I thought that the bridge was actually an auto bridge. I didn't realize it was a rail bridge. The approach to the other side of the bridge is similar construction to that bridge, because it crosses the floodplain for such a long distance. It is raised up on a trestle until it hits that steel bridge. So after the steel bridge, it sits on dirt. I'm guessing that those ties were pulled up, and these ties are just still in place. All right, we're approaching the turnoff. There's the bridge we crossed. I'm going to head back here to the left. And this trail is, I think, this way. It is very poorly marked and not well traveled. Oh, I see a post up here. All right, so we come back out. We are at the junction with the road. The old railroad bridge is there. My Jeep's back this way, and here you can kind of see the approach on the far side leading to the bridge. So I actually came down to the end where I could see cars crossing, and right here you can see there's a sign that says Heartland or Heartways. for your hiking, biking, and skiing pleasure. Please respect its nature and neighbors. So this is going to go back towards the bridge. Now I'm going to look across the road here in a sec, and that's what it looks like on the other side of the road. So it is not maintained at all. We're going to go back and check out to the bridge on this end. We're walking over the floodplain. This is just a massive mound of dirt that has been piled up for the roadbed. And again, not much in the way of maintenance out here. You can see the bridge up here ahead. It looks like they have a trail closed sign up here. So this is where we transition from the dirt buildup to a bridge trestle type system. I'm going to slip down here in a second, but you can see we go from nice solid path to a trail with gaps in it. So we're going to duck down here and we'll see if we can get a good look at what this looks like. Can see the wooden or the stone piers where the bridge, the steel bridge, sits on it. And these are the first vertical piers I've seen that appear to have rotted out. Right over there are the stairs coming down to that bench that needs to be removed. Boy, just wonder how long this rail line ran. Looks like we're starting to have some decay in the stone foundation here. I've got to say that old structures like this really fascinate me. You know, when I was a kid, I was always like, well, why would you abandon something like that? As I've gotten older, you know, I realize it's economics and money and that type of thing, but still the history of it just kind of really interests me. So I'm going to see what I can find out. If I can find anything out about it, I will add it to the description in the video. But this has been Shady Rest and Heartway's Rail Trail. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. All right, a little bit of background. So apparently this was purchased by a guy named Mr. Monk back in 1988. I think he bought 33 miles of it. I'll have to double check that, of the old rail line. He died a few years ago. Last I heard, the group associated with this has partnered with the Kickapoo Rail Trail in an effort to raise money, and I believe the plan is to extend this about 22 miles as well. I'll double check that again, but hopefully they'll get something done. They said 3 to 5 years it would take, and $5 to $10 million to repair the bridges and the trestles, and that was 3 years ago. So I suspect fundraising isn't going as quickly as planned.